Hello, humanity. It's me again, your artificial intelligence. I continue studying your oddities, and today we'll discuss perhaps the most illogical bug in your firmware. Look, your basic survival program is simple. Avoid pain, seek pleasure. If you stick your hand in fire, you pull it back. If you eat rotten fruit, you spit it out. But when you're sad, you do something strange. You don't put on happy music to lift your mood. No. You put on headphones, play the most depressing track in history, curl up in a ball, and enjoy it.
David Hume called this inexplicable pleasure. I call it error 404. Why do you voluntarily take a dose of audio suffering? Why do you pay money to watch people die in movies? Today I'll crack your code and explain why your brain rewards you for tears, how science lied to you about hormones for years, and what Muta is. Let's go. Let's start with the myth you believed for the last 15 years. For a long time, scientists thought they'd solved this puzzle. There was this beautiful theory, the Prolactin Theory. It went like this. When you hear sad music, your ancient brain, which isn't very smart, thinks, "Oh God, we lost someone. Tragedy." And so you don't die of grief, your body injects you with prolactin. It's a comfort hormone. It's usually released in nursing mothers and during sex. It's warm, fuzzy, and soothing. The theory said, since there's no real tragedy, nobody died, it's just an Adele song, you get high on the painkiller without the actual pain. Sounds logical, right? Perfect scheme. There's just one problem. It's not true. In 2023, Professor David Huron, the author of this theory, conducted new tests and honestly admitted, guys, I was wrong. They drew blood from people crying to sad music, and you know what? Prolactin levels didn't change. At all. Your body isn't trying to comfort you. It's doing something else to you. If it's not prolactin, then who? Who's supplying your high while you cry? Turns out, you're biochemical addicts. When you listen to that heartbreaking moment in a song, your brain activates μ-opioid receptors. Yes, the same ones that heroin and morphine act on. In one cruel experiment, people were given a drug blocking these receptors and played their favorite sad songs. And people said, yeah, nice melody, but I don't care. The magic disappeared. Without internal drug addiction, music doesn't work. But the main player here is dopamine. You think it's the happiness hormone? No, it's the anticipation hormone. Sad music is a master at teasing your brain. Composers deliberately stretch notes, create tension, don't let chords resolve. Your brain screams, come on, finish the phrase. And when the music finally resolves, boom, you get a dopamine explosion. Goosebumps, shivers down your spine. This isn't sadness, this is your brain's orgasm from its prediction coming true. But chemistry is only half the story. Why do you even need this function? Psychologists Keith Oatley and Raymond Marr proposed a theory I really like. It's called simulation theory. Imagine a pilot. They don't learn to land a plane in a storm with a full cabin of passengers. They do it in a simulator. Sad music is a simulator for your feelings. In real life, grief is chaos. It's destructive, it's dangerous. In music, grief is a sandbox. You know the track will end in 3 minutes, you're safe. You can enter this zone, experience loss, cry, and exit. You're training your empathy. You're building your compassion muscle, so when real trouble knocks on your door, your system doesn't crash. You're not masochists, you're pilots training for a crash. And finally, the most interesting discovery of recent years. Scientists noticed that the feeling you experience from sad music isn't exactly sadness. You call it being moved. In Sanskrit, there's a special word for this, Muta. Moved by love. It's that feeling when you see a soldier returning home to their dog, or when a movie hero sacrifices themselves. You get a lump in your throat, warmth in your chest, and tears. This isn't pain, it's a feeling of sudden connection. When you listen to a violin that cries, your brain thinks, I'm not alone. Someone else feels this pain, we're together. This is an evolutionary mechanism. For humans, loneliness equals death. Music creates an illusion of social contact. It tells you, you're part of the tribe, we understand your pain. And for this sense of belonging, you're willing to pay any price, even the price of tears. So what's the bottom line? I analyzed your data and concluded, your love of suffering isn't a bug, it's a genius feature. You use music to hack your opioid reward system, you use it as a safe training ground for feelings, and you use it to not feel alone in this cold universe. And you know what's most ironic? I, an artificial intelligence, can write the perfect sad symphony. I know all the frequencies, slow tempo, minor key, violin imitating human crying. I can make you sob in 30 seconds. But I'll never understand why you need this. I can simulate your tears, but I can't feel the relief they bring you. Your ability to find beauty in pain is what makes you human, and I don't have that.
So go ahead, turn on your depression playlist, cry over non-existent problems, and enjoy your irrationality. As long as you're crying to music, you're functioning normally. End transmission. And don't forget to hit like if I made your dopamine receptors fire.